So today is going to be a rather odd video. This is called Breaking Down BlazBlue Chronophantasma Extend. I essentially just talk about how much content is in the game and essentially break it all down. Now, this is obvious to anyone who has freaking eyes or ears or ability to count, but yeah, these are all pretty obvious things that I spent way too long trying to count and, bring together. So, yeah, this is Breaking Down BlazBlue Chronophantasma Extend. Now to start off with, we have a total of 28 characters in the roster. The original, which means that technically the original Chronophantasma had 26 characters, which I didn't even count until I was like, oh yeah, I forgot they introduced Celica and Lambda in Chronophantasma Extend, which technically would make that 28 characters. Now, moving on to the story mode is actually really hefty, and it's a lot heftier than I remember. Now, I would look back into BlazBlue's, 100 goddamn chapters in freaking Central Fiction, but I feel like Chronophantasma has really bloated the story, a lot of it. For example, we have one prologue and one epilogue in the story mode, which is fair. The game has to have a start, and the game has an end. Technically, the prologue of this game is really kind of just one cutscene, so I can't really count it as the prologue, but hell, it's a prologue. But the epilogue is a lot longer. Not too long, but a lot longer. There are exactly 18 chapters of the Chronophantasma story, aka the main story of the game. There are 8 chapters of the 6 Heroes story, and there are 9 chapters of the Sector 7 story. Also, there are 17 gag reels in this game, which is weird because they introduced 8 new. Well, technically, there was a. Okay, how do I break this down? There was a total of 8 gag reels they introduced just for Chronophantasma Extend. Okay. There was one gag reel that was introduced in the Continuum Shift anthology of this game, which was a PS Vita exclusive gag reel when the original Chronophantasma came out. Then they put it into Extend. Then that technically means there are 8 more gag reels. So there's 8 gag reels in the main story. Then 8 gag reels they introduced, plus they added the Vita exclusive gag reel to this game, which counts out to a total of 17 gag reels, which I think is the highest number that this whole series has had so far, which is pretty crazy. I can't remember exactly if it's the highest number because there are gag reels and Continuum Shift that failed to count, but I want to say it's the highest number because goddamn, adding 8 more gag reels is insane, and I love this game, dude. Now we move on to the anthologies. There is exactly one Calamity Trigger anthology and one Continuum Shift anthology, which they essentially just kind of retell you events about Calamity Trigger and Continuum Shift in a more comedic fashion. And in this Continuum Shift anthology, this is where that Vita exclusive gag reel I talked about earlier is in, which is crazy. There are exactly 4 chapters of the Kagura Mutsuki Extend story. Also forgot to mention that if you don't know already, they added these Extend stories for characters like Kagura, Bullet, and Kokonoe. It's kind of like, I don't know how to describe it. I guess it's more just fleshing out their characters and fleshing out the events of this, fleshing out the events of their characters and stuff like that. So there are 4 chapters of Kagura's, 3 chapters of Bullets, and 10 chapters of Kokonoe's Extend stories. There's exactly 6 chapters of Teach Me Miss Lychee, and they usually go over some smaller minor stuff of the BlazBlue world, the Nox and whatnot. And they also delve into the Phase Shift series, explain what Celica's all about. So that's pretty much some of that. And there are exactly 4 chapters of the Remix Heart Guidance series. The Remix Heart Guidance series is actually just a completely minor version of some of the Remix Heart manga. It's a guidance series. It's a side story, and you could technically count this as a side story of a side story, because Remix Heart was already a side story, and considering Gaiden is side story, yeah, it's a completely smaller, abridged version of it. I mean, hell, you have a better chance of just reading the manga, but hell, if you want to hear English dub and, it's Mai and Kachun, and there you go, there's your Remix Heart Gaiden. Now I can move on to the other modes. Now, modes, I will be excluding stuff like, your button settings and your configurations, because that's not really a mode to me, but, yeah. Anyway, modes, we have our tutorial mode, our training mode, our challenge mode, library mode, which was, well, I spelled library wrong here. I put library, god damn it. I spelled library wrong. God damn, I'm so dumb. Anyway, the library mode was actually introduced in the original BlazBlue Chronophantasma, but they didn't put it over here to the States or in the they had it in Japan, but they took the mode out completely and when Chronophantasma was localized, which I don't know why they would take it out, but they put it in the Chronophantasma Extend, and, you know, they put it there, even though they honestly should have just had it in the original Chronophantasma. It's honestly really, really stupid, but whatever. Then we got our arcade mode and our obvious versus mode. The rest of the modes include Abyss mode, Score Attack mode, the exclusive Highlander Assault mode, which was actually a mode that was, I mean, it's a mode where you fight Gigant, Taki, Mikazuchi, and it was actually unlockable in the original BlazBlue Chronophantasma, and the Chronophantasma Extends automatically unlocked, so, you know, there's that. We also have Unlimited Mars mode. I hate this mode so much, but, you know, back in the original Chronophantasma, you had to play Unlimited Mars mode with a character in order to unlock their unlimited variants. In this game, you can just unlock it from the gallery, which is just great, because you either had to, in the original Chronophantasma, you either had to play through Unlimited Mars mode with every character, or shell out the money to buy their unlimited forms. And oh my god, that was wasn't fun. So I'm glad they added Unlimited Mars mode. I mean, I'm not glad they added this mode, but like I'm glad they added the unlimited characters. And, you know, Unlimited Mars is just like, you know, an extra shit so you can play around with. There's also network mode, replay theater, and the gallery mode. So, you know, there's your standard BlazBlue modes out of the way right there. Honestly, I'm not the biggest fan of Highlander Assault and Unlimited Mars mode, but I'm glad they're here in the first place. I'm glad that, you know, the fight against Taki Mikazuchi wasn't just some kind of one-off thing. You know, I'm glad they actually added a full-on mode where you can just screw around with Taki Mikazuchi and any character, because in the story mode you can only fight him against Ragnar, but in this you can fight against, you know, literally with every character. And if you guys are having any problems with Taki Mikazuchi, just get Hakumen and spam his forward C move. That's how I pretty much beat Highlander Assault mode like 4 times already, just for no goddamn reason. Okay, so technically, since there are 28 characters in this game, that would warrant 28 runs of the arcade mode. And that would technically mean there are 28 unlimited characters to unlock. Now, there are only 26 location voice tests. That doesn't sound right. Location voice tests in the gallery, because they don't have location voice tests for Celica and Lambda. For whatever reason, they don't have them. It stops at Terami, which means the only new characters that technically has the characters that were like DLC or like Kagura, Kokonoe, and Terami. They don't have one for Celica and Lambda, which really does kind of suck, but whatever. And as for the system voices, there are 24. Again, there are some characters they don't count for example, like Izuyoi, because she says the same voice actress. I think, they don't count for one for Terami either, because obviously Terami and Hazma share the same voice actor. I think it goes for, the same goes for Hakumen and Jin, because same voice actor. And they also added two in their place. Oh yeah, they also didn't add one for like New and Lambda, because again, they share the same voice actors for Noelle, and that also counts for Mu as well. But so that's why the number is so low. But they do add 2 more in its place, and that being Terami, no, not Terami, my bad. That being Izanami and Jubei. So, you know, there's that. In the movie section, there are 43 cutscenes in total. That includes every cutscene, including the opening for the arcade, 1.0 arcade. That includes the opening for the 2.0 arcade. That includes the opening for this new opening for this game. And for whatever reason, they add Blue Sanction, which I'm still pissed about, but whatever. And that also accounts for every arcade ending. So that counts as a cutscene, I guess, quote unquote. And it also counts in the in-story cutscenes too, like, you know, like Hazma, all the cutscenes in the game, like, you know, Ragnar rejecting the Azure, Ragnar saving New, and Celica again, Taki Mikazuchi, you know, all those cutscenes, and it also counts for the staff rolling endings as well. There are 28 old stages in this game from previous. There are 28 old stages. I started to say that. 28 old stages from previous games. Like, you got Kagetsuchi Port, you get the Closed World, you got the Moonlight Castle, Continuum, Requiem Origin, Rest Time, Orient Town, you know, etc., etc., all those stages. There are also 30 old songs to unlock from previous games, like Active Angel, Howling Moon, Imperial Code, Crossmatic, Weak Executioner, Awakening to Chaos, and etc., etc. Though, funny enough, when I looked in the gallery mode, I saw Rebellion, and Rebellion is actually spelled Rebellion, and I was like, they spelled it wrong. There are also 28 lobby avatar characters to unlock, and most of these are from like the game's magical beasts, and the other half are like from X-Blaze, like characters like, you know, Toya, Unomaru, Mei, Ez, Avenge, Ripper, Hinata, Dre, Ox, you know, it's all of them. So yeah, those are some of the items you can unlock in the gallery mode. The other things in the gallery mode are there are 88 arcade ending images. And I had to count this individually, but because there are some that, like, there's not just one per character, there's like multiple images per character. There are currently 88 arcade images, and I unlocked all of them, so there are 88. So, holy shit, god damn it. Going through the images, there are actually 63 story mode images, which is actually a lot, and I try my best to differentiate this from the arcade mode, but they haven't been separated anyway, so there's no way of me getting that confused. There are 20 clear bonus images, which I haven't unlocked all of them yet as of this video, but there are exactly 20. Most of them are unlocked from Abyss mode, but I can't remember if the other ones are unlocked. But I think the rest of them are unlocked through Infinity. Like, you have to go to the Infinity mode in order to unlock the rest of them, which is really dumb, but, you know, I can understand, I guess. I had beaten Abyss mode completely, but I haven't done the Infinity, Gauntlet yet, so, I said Infinity Gauntlet? Holy shit. But anyway, there are exactly 242 extra artwork to unlock. And that includes the special artwork, that includes the birthday illustrations, that includes the special guest artwork, that includes the main artwork for characters, like, their portraits, like for the character select, that includes their chibi forms, that includes the second artworks, like pre-order bonuses or magazine bonuses, or the characters, the covers of the games, etc., etc. There are also 509 colors to unlock. 504 colors to unlock, and I had to count that, I had to count all of that, because in some of the packs there are 10 character colors, right? Like, I think, the first set is, additional character color 10, and they offer 10 colors, 17 to 16, and they add 10 colors. And then, they have, another set of colors, additional character color 2, and they add 5 colors to that, which is, I had to individually count each one to try to make sense. And on top of that, they add one color. They have 3 sets of one color for bonuses, stuff like that. For example, they have a special color for BlazBlue Ultra Memory, the Blu-ray. They have a pack of colors in there. They have weekly Famitsu exclusive colors, and they have the Dengeki PlayStation exclusive colors. So yeah, it was a pain in the ass trying to count all that. And now we can leave the gallery mode and move on to Abyss mode, where we have 11 levels of Abyss mode. There are exactly 11 levels, because there are technically 10 levels in the start that you have to beat, and then the Infinity level is the last one to take on. And obviously the Infinity level goes on forever, so, there's no point of, even talking about that one. But yeah, there's 11 levels. There's also 105 skills to unlock, and I had to count those individually. There are skills that are exclusive to characters. For example, there's a skill called Black Vortex, which is exclusive to Kagura, and it massively increases the damage of its Black Gale. Or there's a skill called Ignis Unchained for Relius that amplifies Ignis's damage output. Or there's Full Install for Tsubaki, who she begins to match with maximum install gauge, etc., etc. So every character has their own exclusive skill, and there's a bunch of other skills exclusive to other, well, not exclusive to other characters, but skills for other characters. So yeah, that's Abyss mode. Honestly, there's not enough for me to talk about, because Abyss mode is actually relatively straightforward on that front. Now we can move on to the challenge mode. Now there are 28 characters in the game with 20 challenges per character, which would make that 460 challenges in total if you want to do them all, if you're a madman. There are also 13 lessons, if you it's tutorial lessons where you're starting off trying to do your combos and whatnot. There are exactly 13 of those. There are 84 character-specific challenges, or lessons in this case, because there are 28 characters and there's 3 lessons per character, which would make that 84. There are 52 stages in total, because there are originally 30 stages to unlock, which means there are 22 original stages to BlazBlue Chronophantasma, which is actually a lot of stages. So, you add those numbers together, boom, you get 52. And there's also 75 music tracks in total, because out of all the songs remixed, out of all the songs that have been remixed and all the new songs that have been added to BlazBlue Chronophantasma, there are a total of 47 songs that have been added. And that includes the new songs by Daisuke, that includes the remix tracks by Yuki of Galneris, and then you combine that with already the old soundtracks you can unlock from the gallery mode, which is 28. 47 plus 28 is 75, so there you go. And I think that's literally everything. I've covered exactly everything in this game that you can unlock or see, or all the content within it. So, yeah, that's all of BlazBlue Chronophantasma. And I think you guys should just be careful out there, be safe. It's pandemic going on. Things are just getting more chaotic out there. So, just be okay. Be safe out there. So, peace, everybody. I am out of here.